All right, guys, name is Tyler, aka Nanogenix, and welcome back to the 50K Q&A part 2. Guys, I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible without making the video too terribly long. So let's go ahead and let's hop right in. To start today's Q&A off, we have a question here from Shots Fired. Nano, what is your favorite banner in Dokkan Battle? And probably, as far as like the characters, I really enjoyed Super Saiyan 4. Maybe it's just because the hype just basically happened. But I would say I probably have a tie here. I'm not going to use Super Saiyan 4 just because it is the brand new thing, right? Still fresh in our minds. I'm going to say the two things are the Merge Zamasu banner because of that arc was so much fun to make. And I did pull physical Gotenks. And then on top of that, or the thing that I think would tie that in my brain is probably the Gogeta banner. Just because the Gogeta and Janemba banner, the collabs with Nichigo and I pulling Gogeta in the very same video and everything else, like the hype behind that was very real. So I would say probably those are my two favorite. The Gogeta, I'm putting Gogeta and Janemba together. I think it's only fair just because those came out at the same time, and then also the Merge Zamasu and Future Trunks banner. Next question comes from Cheekiest Doc. All aboard the Nano train. Appreciate it. 1, how do you manage saving money aside from these sick pulls? So aside for these sick pulls, I kind of talked about this in the last video, but it's all about budgeting. It's all about, for me, one of the things I save money on a bunch is I do not eat out a ton. What probably my wife and I used to spend money on, you know, which we've never been people that eat out a bunch, but we used to probably put more like double or triple what we put into going out to eat. We do now, maybe, I don't know, probably not even $100 a month we put into to going out to eat. So that's a pretty big difference between going out to eat maybe 3 or 4 times, because that may add up to more like $300 or $400 a month that you're spending on just going out to eat. So that is 1. 2, have you ever attempted to grow full beard? I cannot grow facial hair to save my life. I can grow facial hair like here and a little bit of a mustache, and that is it. I've got, a lot of people like to say I have a baby face, and it's whatever. Have you ever been to Australia? I have not. Have you ever seen someone playing Dokkan whilst in public? And I wish I would, because if I ever do, I will totally go up to them, and I don't know if I would act like just start talking to them about it, you know, and just act like I'm someone who knows what's going on, or just come up and be like, what is that, and really like quiz them on it, just see how much they know about Dokkan Battle. New York State of Mind asks, what movies are you looking forward to in 2017 the most? And hands down, and I'm sure some people will absolutely disagree with me on this, but it's not even a superhero movie, but it is Fast and Furious. The Fate of the Furious, or Fast and Furious 8, whatever you guys want to call it. I am so excited for the movie. If you guys have been around on the channel for a while, you have probably heard me talk about it, but the Fast and Furious franchise is probably my favorite series of all time. Not one single of them probably holds the absolute favorite spot of a movie, but that series in general, I don't know, just nothing beats it for me. But beyond that, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, let's see, Thor, I even kind of want to see Power Rangers just to go see it, Pirates just to see what they're doing with that. And I know I am forgetting something that I am super hyped for, but if I remember it, I'll throw it down in the comment section below. Killer King asks, Nano, how powerful do you think SSJ4 Gogeta will be? Oh my gosh. I think if he comes out pretty soon, before they do too many more changes, I think he will be the Rainbow Lead. And I know some people have been saying they're going to try and stay away from Rainbow Leads. I don't think they will on this one. I think they will go all out on a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta card, and I think he will be 120% to all types. Maybe not to, maybe he will still be just to heroes and 50% to extreme. And then he'll have a counterpart that is a brand new Omega Shenron or something we don't even know about yet that is to all types of extremes. But I do think that they will make him something incredibly powerful like that. Plus 3 key, plus 120% to HP attack and defense to all types, and just something ridiculous for his super attacks. And it's probably 100% counter on super attacks and basic attacks. It's going to be crazy, guys. It's going to be crazy. Julian Watson comes in with 2 questions, and since they were right there back to back, I went ahead and included them both. But he asks, what's your other job? A lot of you guys do seem to know this by now because I do say this a lot, but I do work in IT for a company. That's what I do for a living. It is fun, and I really enjoy it. The other question is, what made you start YouTube? I've already kind of answered this too, but I'd like to give them a shout out as much as I possibly can. But the Kinda Funny guys are absolutely, which is funny because none of them even really care about Dragon Ball Z, except maybe like Tim a little bit, but just their enthusiasm in leaving IGN to make a YouTube channel and everything else, it just, I don't know, it really got to me, and it made me want to actually do something and creating a YouTube channel is something I've always wanted to do, and I've attempted several times, but I finally made one and I actually committed to it. Here we are at 50,000 subscribers, and it is fantastic. Lewis asks, what's your favorite song? You seem into EDM, and I am incredibly into EDM. I'm gonna say right now, I'm not just gonna answer my favorite song of all time, but right now I'm listening to a lot of bass jackers and a lot of Rehab. So if we're talking just Rehab, I really like Flashlight, and if we're talking bass jackers, probably Derp right now, because both those are just fantastic to listen to in the gym, and that's why I enjoy so much EDM, is because most of the time I listen to my music, I'm in the gym and I want to get pumped up for that. So both of those, EDM section, enjoying both of those a ton. DBZ Gaming asks, well, he says something here. He says, dude, you are the best. You are one of the YouTubers that inspired me to do YouTube, road to 100K. That's awesome. That's awesome. Best of luck for sure. Also, one more, please. What new card do you want to see in Dokkan Battle? I want Vados. If we're not talking about just crazy OP cards, because I know they won't do this for him, but I assume we eventually see him in the game. That is Tapion. Tapion, if I can say his name correctly. I really want to see him in this game. Pro JD asks, if you could make a Dokkan card, who would it be, and give info about it, i.e. type. We'll probably just give type just to save time on this question, but I'm gonna go ahead and just say what I said before. Tapion. I don't know why in the world I can't say his name today. Sorry, guys. I would definitely give him a card, and I would probably make him a tech type. And I would like to see him actually be really good. Something similar to, obviously he's not going to be God tier. I don't think they would do that, but something maybe similar to the Fizz Boo that we just saw. That is, you know, a very fantastic card. Something maybe on the level of that, but a tech type. Almighty Savage asks, did you think you would reach this far on YouTube when you started? And congrats on 50K, you deserve it. I appreciate it. And no, I did not. Absolutely not. I don't think anyone that just begins it really thinks they will get too far with it. I mean, usually you start out with the goal of hitting 100, and then from 100 you may go 500, and then 1,000, and then from 1,000 maybe 2,000, and if you're really brave, you'll stay from 2,000 to 4, and just so forth. So even when I finally hit 10,000 subs, which took about 4 or 5 months of actually making content, almost a full year of being on YouTube, I still did not know if 50,000 would ever actually happen. Even when I hit 20,000 and 30,000, because you never know, right? You just never know with these things. So no, I did not ever think I would, but I appreciate all you guys so much for being here and being a part of this channel. Itachi Uchiha asks, what other anime/TV shows are you into outside of Dragon Ball Z? Of course, maybe a list of top 5. Let's stay away from anime on this, because I think I may get asked about anime, but top 5 TV shows outside of Dragon Ball Z are How I Met Your Mother, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, like without question, Breaking Bad. I'm actually really enjoying Ballers right now. Brianna and I are watching through Ballers on HBO now, and I'm really enjoying that show. It's just kind of something fun to throw on, and also getting into Parks and Rec finally, and I'm loving that show to death as well. So I wouldn't say this necessarily like my top 5, but that's just like what's on the brain right now as I'm making this. But what I will say without question, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, and How I Met Your Mother would absolutely be like top 3. DBZ Lincoln Park 99 asks romance ones. I decided to include these because it just kind of changes it up. How did you meet your wife? I went to school with her. How did you ask her out? I think it was just like over the summer and we were talking to each other. I actually asked her out. We didn't even see each other until like a month after that, because neither one of us could drive yet. It's pretty funny. 3, how long till you knew you were in love with her? I think honestly, we both have talked about this. I think we told us we loved each other like in high school, but we probably didn't really like know and truly like love each other until some way like midway through college. Let's see. How long did I date till I proposed? 7 years. Now there was some like times of not being together in there, which were actually very, very short. She's probably gonna kill me for saying this, but anyways, I'm giving you guys so much info about us. No, so anyways, we dated for about 7 years before I actually proposed. Did you propose in a big way, or the classic one on the knee? We were actually in Cinderella's castle down in Disney World in Florida. How was the wedding? It was fantastic. I tease her all the time about how we should have another one because it was so much fun. And did you guys go on a honeymoon? If so, where? We did, and we went to the beach down in Florida, and we had a lot of fun. It was cold though. It ended up being actually really cold, and we were out chilling out on the beach in like our jackets and stuff for the most part, but we still had a ton of fun. It's Level, I believe that's the name there, ask what is your favorite transformation in Dragon Ball, and probably, if we can't include Majin Vegeta, which I'm not going to, I would probably say SSJ4 Teen Gohan, because I just freaking love that transformation. Speaking of the SSJ4 Teen Gohan transformation, the other day when I mentioned a pillow, I think it sounded like I meant a body pillow, and this is the pillow I was talking about, guys. There it is, SSJ4 Teen Gohan pillow. It's freaking awesome. Like, come on, guys. It looks pretty legit. Codeine asks, are you going to play any other games? And yes, I am. And I'm glad you asked that, because what I get a lot, and I get this a lot too, when I mention playing other games, people are afraid I'm going to stop playing Dokkan Battle, and that is not going to happen. For one, it's too ingrained in my life now. I play it on the daily. 2 devices I'm playing it, right? So that's not going anywhere. But yes, I am going to play other games, because I'm getting people who still want to watch Nanogenix content, but are maybe not playing Dokkan Battle anymore, or they go through the lulls like we all do with any game like that, and they're wanting to see Nanogenix content, but they're not necessarily wanting to watch me play Dokkan Battle. So yes, I want to start introducing slowly but surely other games and other content onto the channel that others can enjoy, that maybe aren't just here for the Dokkan Battle. Alex Hernandez says, congrats, Nano. Thank you. Where do you get all of your sick DBZ shirts? Things like Teespring and oh my gosh, I will try to put a link to one of the places down below in the description or in the comments, because I cannot think of it right now. But there's one specific place I went to get a lot of my shirts that you guys see in my videos. Zeno Uchiha asks, how and what made you play Dokkan Battle? And I've actually said this a few times too, but I like this story, so I'm going to say it again. I was in a line for Fallout 4 at QuakeCon 2015, and I pulled up my phone because I was bored to death. We'd all been around each other, so we weren't really chit-chatting too much with one another. I say it like you guys should know, but there's usually about 5 or 6 of us that go. And of course, it was a Fallout 4 huge reveal, supposed to just stay there at QuakeCon 2015, so we obviously wanted to go check it out. And it was about an hour and a half, 2 hour wait. So I loaded up my app store on my Sony Xperia Z3 at the time, and I saw a game that was recommended for me, that's Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Well, just so happens that game had literally been out for like not even a week at the time, so it was still like top charts, you know, just there on the home page, like not editor's choice, but definitely recommended. So I downloaded it and I played it, and I was like, man, this is actually pretty fun, but I had no idea what was going on. So I kept the app installed. I kind of came back to it a few times until I finally on Christmas played it a little bit, did some summons, didn't pull anything. Decided one day, because I was tired of playing Hearthstone and I wanted something different to play when I was on the go, to download it again on my iPhone. Pulled a Gold Frieza SSR and was immediately hooked, guys. Was immediately hooked. Bleachmaster64 asks, Nano, what is your favorite Dokkan unit, not counting SSJ4 and the God Leads? And if we're not counting those, which he's probably about to be, but it's probably the Absolute Realm of God, Agility Super Saiyan God Goku. I love that card so much. I might be overlooking one right now, but I really like that card. And we're talking about one that is just not even usable, is the Cell Saga buff Vegeta, the agility one. I can't think of the exact name, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, where he has his hands like back like that and is super sick looking. I want that card to get a Dokkan Awakening, and I want him to be usable and still have a really awesome looking card art, because I like that card a ton. But if we're talking about an actual usable card, the SSG Agility Goku is amazing. D Frizzle says, congrats on 50K Nano. Thanks, man. Thanks. Do you think that the 150 mil global will get the 5 summons a day? If not, when do you think we will get it, if we ever do? If they're going to do it, they will absolutely do it then. I don't know that it will be 5. We've seen many time and time again that JP and global do not get the same login bonuses, but they might do 3. Now, 5 could still happen, but I would like to think they would at least do 3 for what is it, 30 days or something like that. Let's hope, guys. Actually, it was for what, 45, I think. Let's hope it's something of that nature, but I would like to see the 5, but I do not know. There should at least be a login bonus of some sort, though. I just don't know that it'll be 5 a day. Rome Vezo says, congrats, you deserve it. My question is Goku or Vegeta? And Vegeta all the way. Vegeta all the way. Dan asks, how did you discover DBZ, and what are your top 3 SSRs that are not Dokkan exclusive? We'll just I think I may get asked that, or I may have answered that before, so we'll say, how did I discover DBZ? I like telling this one too, because it was actually my mom. My mom, when I was about 5 or 6, had seen it on Toonami or Cartoon Network or something of that nature, and thought I would like it, and put it on for me to watch several times, and I just got hooked. I got hooked. I started wanting all kinds of Dragon Ball Z stuff, and it was fantastic. I definitely thank my mom for getting me into it, because, well, it led to something pretty ridiculous that I absolutely enjoy collecting and just being a part of this community and everything else. AMNG says, how much do you think you improved in your YouTube career thus far? By the way, congrats on 50K. Thank you. Thank you. I think the biggest thing, and I think most of you guys will notice this, especially if you watched my best pulls of 2016, was just my attitude on camera. And I think that just kind of comes with it. And even then, like when I step into even unknown territory, maybe a game, maybe if you see me play a new game soon or something of that nature, or something I'm not 100% knowledgeable about, because I do feel I am incredibly knowledgeable about Dragon Ball Z, GT, Super, and all that. But let's say Pokemon, because I've not kept up with Pokemon too terribly much. I know a lot of the bigger Pokemon, but if you ask me like what's, you know, somewhere in the 500 range of Pokemon, I'm not going to probably be able to tell you. So as long as I'm in my realm of things I know, then I feel like I'm so much more comfortable in front of a camera, and that is something I've greatly improved on for sure. And I think you guys can probably tell if you go watch any of my older videos as well. Clorox Bleach asks, how old are you guys? I am 25. I get this a lot. Matter of fact, I Googled myself the other day just to see, and Nanogenix age is like one of the top things. I found that funny, but guys, I am 25. I'm not sure why I don't look older than I do, but I get all the time that I look like seriously like 20 years old, and that everyone thinks I'm a college kid. I am a graduate of college, and I do have a full-time job. That's how I afford all those dragon stones, guys. Tattoo Art says, when did you first get into gaming, and if anyone did, who introduced it to you? It was actually my mom on this as well. I was, I believe, 3 or 3.5 years old, and she bought me a Sega Genesis with the Power Rangers game and Sonic the Hedgehog, and I think Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was already out too. So I got like several games, and I remember her and I would play them, and I would always want her to play with me. Eventually, of course, I remember her getting tired, and I think she would beat me because it would make me mad and want to go off and play by myself to get better. So she would just beat me, so then I would want to go play by myself and actually get better at the games. But it was my mom, and it was a Sega Genesis is how all of this started. Blue Mist 10 asks, what's your current favorite song? And my current favorite song, I went ahead and pulled it up. I saw the question, so I just went ahead and pulled it up, is Neo Vi, which hopefully I'm saying his name correctly, Light. He was featured on one of the YouTube channels that I watch, and I decided to go check him out. He is awesome. I actually tweeted at him, and he replied back to me and everything. I let him know that he was super underrated and everything else, but that's probably my favorite song right now. Again, another EDM track. Super into EDM, guys. Like, I can't help it. Mayabos, I'm so sorry, man. I am so absolutely sorry you come out to the streams and I get your name wrong every time. My apologies. But how many bones have I broken? I've only broken the one, and that is my toe, which is still healing and will be for the next like 6 weeks. SSR Goku says, what's the best game you played on PlayStation console? I'm assuming that you mean a PlayStation exclusive. And if we go outside of the realm of Uncharted, because I don't want to say that again, but I would say one of the biggest impactful games that I probably ever played, it was Jak 2. I played open world games before. I think I'd played GTA 3, but I never actually owned one that I could play in my home. And Jak 2 is probably my first open world game, probably one of my first PlayStation exclusives that really, don't get me wrong, I love Crash Bandicoot, I love Spyro, I loved all kinds of PlayStation exclusives if I can talk. But Jak 2 was just so much fun. And I guarantee you there are some of you guys watching this right now that probably at least somewhat agree. Jak 3 was probably better in my opinion, but Jak 2 was what really introduced me to that world, because I had skipped Jak and the Precursor, or I think that's what the name of it was, Jak and Daxter, but which I went back and I played that game, which was actually a lot of fun, but nowhere near as good as Jak 2 or 3 in my opinion, but Jak 2 for sure. Diego Genix asks, what types of games do you have for your PS4, and will you ever play with subs like on PS4 or a race on Dokkan? I don't know about doing a race on Dokkan, because I feel like that would be too difficult. However, yes, I actually had For Honor on my PS4 playing about 2 or 3 weeks ago when it came out, and I was streaming it on Twitch, and if anyone would have had it, they could have most definitely joined me. So guys, if the easiest way for me to definitely play games with subs and everything else is over on live streams. And I may even try to do live streams on YouTube. I haven't fully decided yet on that, but right now I'm trying to do live streams over on Twitch, and I absolutely all the time, if I'm playing something that we can all play together, I want to get you guys involved. So that is an absolute yes. And what types of games? I basically have just anything. Final Fantasy 15, which is not multiplayer, but still. For Honor, Call of Duty, especially Modern Warfare, Battlefront, Battlefield, stuff. I mean, yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff, guys. So definitely Twitch is the best way for us, I think, to do that. Not like during a live stream, getting people into lobbies and playing together, Xenoverse 2, stuff like that. So if that is something you guys are interested in, consider following me over on twitch.tv/Nanogenix, and we can do some of that. Roughest Gaming says, sorry to hear about your toe, but I was wondering what software / setup do you use to record your Dokkan videos? Also, keep on keeping on. Congrats on 50K subs. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I use a DSLR camera to record my face. I use Premiere Pro to edit my videos. I use an Elgato HD60 and an HD Pro that Elgato did provide for me, which appreciate it. Big shout out to you guys on that. I use all of that to record everything separately, and then in post, I add the images you guys see. I add the face cam. I add the gameplay. I record my audio separately through a audio board, an XLR audio board that is right now during this video being used to record in Audacity. Keep it simple, Audacity. And yeah, it is way more complicated than something like if you set up OBS with a webcam or XSplit with a webcam like I do on my live streams, but I think it adds a nice kind of extra layer of quality to these videos, in my opinion at least. Bones asks, what is your motivation to do YouTube? And honestly, it's just this community. 100% is just this community. That's what got me into it, was I wanted to be able to build a community that, you know, I could reach out to you guys for help. I could reach out to you guys for motivation. I can motivate you guys when possible, provide entertainment and everything else. And it's always your guys' positive feedback on just about everything I do that absolutely motivates me to continue to make YouTube videos. And I mean that 100%. You start playing JP Dokkan Battle, and it was absolutely Super Vegito. I had got the game well before that, but I had not got into it enough until Super Vegito. And then what really made me actually want to start playing my JP account was when I pulled Buhan, and around the time of I didn't pull Omega Shenron, but it was around the time of Omega Shenron I really started taking my JP account very seriously. Swoop199 asks, what motivated you to work out? Well, I was in college, and one of my friends, one of my dad's friends, was talking about it one day, and I decided, why not go with him, right? Why not just check it out, go with him and lift? And so we lifted, we got into a routine, and I was really enjoying it. Then I started going by myself, and I was listening to my own music and lifting, and, you know, just really getting into the zone on things, and I loved it so absolutely much that I pretty much haven't stopped for the last 7 or 8 years now, and I just enjoy it so much. I'll tell you this, it is fun going with a partner, and if anything, try to get it with a mutual understanding with your partner that you're going with, that you want to listen to some music. Put on some tunes that you actually really want to listen to, tunes that get you pumped up. I guarantee you, once you experience that, I can almost guarantee you will enjoy being in the gym, at least for a little bit, and at least to some amount, no matter how much you think you may end up hating it. Rich Waters asks, my question is, if you could have one character from the movies, beyond canon, who would it be? Probably Broly. And until really stepping into this community and making content in this community, I had no idea that people actually really despise Broly. Like, there are definitely people that love Broly, and then there are another people that really just don't care for him and don't understand why so many people love him. And I do. I generally I like Broly. I've said it before. I think one of the biggest reasons is that I didn't have a lot of the Dragon Ball Z shows or anything on demand. Matter of fact, I grew up with having Return of Cooler, the Metacooler movie, and the Broly movie, and that was it. That's pretty much the only things I had that I could watch on demand of Dragon Ball Z. Probably why I love Cooler and Broly so friggin' much. So for like a good solid 5, 6, 7, 8 years before I bought my own sets and was working, had my own money, that's really all I had to watch whenever I wanted to watch Dragon Ball Z when it wasn't on Toonami. So I watched those movies a ton, and I friggin' love Broly, and I would absolutely make him canon if I could. Braden asks, can we see some unboxings in the future? Love you, Nano. Love you too, Braden. Appreciate the support. Yeah, no, absolutely. I actually have a League of Legends unboxing right now that I just filmed like a night ago that I need to edit and put on the channel. It may even go up today or sometime later this week. But yes, no, I want to do more unboxings. I love unboxings. I think they are a ton of fun. And I have the new Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan, the battle damage one that I want to put on the channel, as well as Perfect Cell and plenty of other figures coming out very, very soon. Kyle Cook asks, what is your favorite episode of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z? Movies can count if you like a movie more than a specific episode. I think one of the episodes I go back to a lot and I discuss with my friend Brown a lot is the episode when Majin Vegeta does his final atonement ability against Majin Buu. The feels, the everything, I think that was one of the greater episodes of Dragon Ball Z, in my opinion. Just one like solid episode, not including an entire saga, and I absolutely love that episode to death. Wassom asks, if you had instant transmission, would you keep it a secret or tell the whole world about it? I would absolutely not tell the whole world about it. I would absolutely keep it a secret. And oh my gosh, would it be fun to have instant transmission. Brandon, I just want to include this just because you commented this. I think it's freaking hilarious, but are you aware the Falcons blew a 28-3 lead? I was watching that. I was tweeting it out. It was freaking intense. FMG asks, when did you marry your wife? About 3 years ago. P.S. I love you, Nano. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Love you too. And then Gamer asks, and why no ring? Why no ring? I get this a lot. And so I decided I would finally answer it, but I lift all the time. And actually right now I could probably be wearing it, but it is the most annoying thing. Not annoying. It actually friggin' hurts. It like pinches you and stuff. And on top of that, I don't really go anywhere without her. And it's not something that's like, I don't know. She's cool with me not wearing it, and I'm cool with me not wearing it, and I will put it on from time to time when we go out and stuff. But for the most part, I just don't wear the ring, especially not around my house. Bean Bandit says, if you had to create a channel focusing on one thing you enjoy other than Dragon Ball, what would it be and why? I've been loving the content ever since I first found your channel back in the Gogeta days, and will always support. Thanks. Appreciate it. So if I had to do one other thing that was just solely focused on that, probably fitness. Because I feel like this channel could absolutely branch out into other realms of the gaming. I honestly think with a vlog, which you guys have asked and I want to do very soon, especially now that I have my new camera and where I can tripod it and put it on things with my Gorilla Pod, I would want to do a fitness channel. Like almost without question, would want to do a fitness channel. Fitness is another very big piece of my life. It takes up a decent amount of my time almost every single day when I can lift. Obviously right now with a broken toe, I can't lift as much, but yeah, no, fitness would absolutely be something I would want to do if I ever did start another channel. Marin asks, if you could have one DBZ power, which one would it be? I would definitely go to instant transmission, and I'm right there with you, which is funny because I just got asked what I would do with instant transmission, but I think that would honestly be the most useful in this day and age. I mean, I don't know though, because if I could go Super Saiyan though, if that's like an ability, but I feel like you're not saying that, like Kamehameha, Destructo Disc, something of that nature. I think instant transmission would be indefinitely the most probably useful in our day-to-day activities. Lassie asks, what is your dream band, favorite vocalist, guitarist, etc.? And to be honest with you, instead of piecing one together, honestly, I would just like to see the Attack from the self-titled album Ages get back together and perform a live performance. That is something I would want to see. Caleb Shomo, Johnny Frank, Andrew Wetzel, and the other two absolutely would love to see that again. That was one of my favorite shows to date, and that is my absolute favorite band and probably will be until the day I die. Kevin asks, what is your favorite anime after DBZ? And that's probably Yu Yu Hakusho. Honestly, with how iconic Yu Yu Hakusho is and everything else, especially for me anyways, growing up watching it, probably that. And is the IT field hard? It absolutely can be, especially depending. I mean, it's such a broad thing, but it for sure can be, and it for sure can take, you know, a lot of dedication and a lot of work and a lot of research for sure. Tyro asks, what gel do you use? You still didn't answer. I actually did, but so few people follow me over on Instagram. I have an Instagram, by the way, guys, but it is that, oh, if I can not throw my phone, my gosh, it is El Patron or El Patron, and it is the Extreme Hold Rubber is what I put in my hair, and I did Instagram it out. I think I may have even tweeted it out too, but I didn't answer it over here on YouTube, so my bad, but there we go, guys, there we go. Now then, guys, that has been the 50K Q&A. I hope you guys did enjoy this. I enjoy doing these. I know I can't answer every single question, so my apologies. We would probably be here for a 3 or 4 hour video. Maybe one of these days I'll do a live Q&A. That would be kind of fun too. But guys, here is to road to 75K and then hopefully to 100,000 one of these days. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate all your support. And I thank you guys all the time, but I really just can't ever thank you enough because seriously, your guys' support throughout the last almost year. We're almost to an official year of me making Dragon Ball Z, Dokkan Battle content, and the like. But your support just has been incredible, and I appreciate all you guys for being here and being a part of this community, a part of this crazy journey here on YouTube. So I hope you guys stick with me through everything else. I plan on being here for as long as YouTube exists. Guys, I appreciate you so much. You guys have a great day. Keep on keeping on, guys. Nanogenix here signing off, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.